Hello, Pisces. This is your tarot reading for January 2016. I hope you're having a wonderful new year. And I'm going to just shuffle for a few seconds more and get right down to it. I know that some of you might be, if you've gotten your yearly readings, you might be like a little concerned. I think that, as I said before, you shouldn't anticipate having a bad or a good year, and January is going to give us more clarity. Okay, we do have this Three of Wands. Okay, I'm cutting the cards. All right. The next card for you is Five of Pentacles reversed. You have Ace of Cups reversed. You have the Fool reversed. You have Eight of Wands, and this is a card that's going to be in the middle of your spread. It's going to be very central to maybe what's going on for you. You have Six of Pentacles or coins upright. You have Ten of Wands. You have Ace of Wands in reverse. And then you have Six of Cups. Okay. I will, as always, pull 3 outcome cards from the deck after we make sense of what is going on here. I'm looking carefully for your major arcana, and the only one you have here is the Fool in reverse. So there aren't going to be any big changes for you in January. But the Fool, as you know, when it's upright, this is a card about moving on to new things, taking new risk, new adventure. The energy is also about letting go. So when this is reversed, it means that we're not moving on to a new and better day. You see the sun. The sun is shining here. The Fool also has a wand, which is representing fire. The wand represents intent. And Pisces, I think it's interesting to see that in your spread, you have 4 wands out of the 9 cards here. So the energy of fire is very important here. You're water. You're a water sign. Water's your element. But obviously, because you're going in the opposite direction, this is an energy that might be counterintuitive to you. And because you're very emotional, you know, your water sign, your Ace of Cups is also reversed. There's going to be a lot of a little emotional turbulence, but also motivation and desire. And a very strong energy with these wands going on. So this Fool, emotionally, it seems as if your emotions as an energy here are taking a back seat. Your emotions are not letting you move on here. Because wands seem to be this dominant energy, it seems as if your emotional energy is going to be um, not as positive. Um, but another way of looking at this is that because fire is usually opposite to water, you're going to be fighting, I think. I think that um, you'll be struggling with your emotions throughout the month. And I think when we look at this first three cards here, the past energy that we're bringing here, your Ace of Cups is in reverse. That's a very big flag here. That maybe you're detaching from your emotions. Also, maybe you are getting a little bit too emotional. Usually, this is a card of intuition, emotional ecstasy. There's a little bit of spiritual energy here as well. It can mean falling in love. But if it's reversed, it means that um, your emotions are going to the extreme here. A lot of insecurities or jealousy or frustration that's going on. Now, this Three of Wands, which is the first card that showed up, this is the card of making long-term plans, looking towards your destiny and your future. And it seems to be counteracted with this Five of Pentacles in reverse. This is usually the card of not having support. It means being alienated, feeling alone, and it's in the reverse. It can mean that maybe these energies are increased to where you really do feel alone, but also it can mean you trying to get out of this alienation, um, connecting with people, getting support or getting help. Sometimes when it's upright, it can mean the poverty card. So it could mean that financially you are getting help with finances. You're no longer out in the cold, so to speak. But I think along with this, making plans and getting yourself materially situated and getting help, I think that there's going to be a lot of emotional um, reversals here for you, that maybe things are not working out as you planned. Um, and you might feel cut off from your emotions. Maybe you feel cut off from your happiness and joy. And this is, like I said, this is past energy that's sort of giving, this is the beginning of the month, which is giving me an idea of how you're coming into the month of January. Now, the Fool, I've already explained, this is about not letting go, not moving forward to new experiences, new opportunities, new adventures, carefree. We have this Eight of Wands right in the middle of your spread. Eight of Wands can mean speed, things happening quickly. It can also mean a very important message that arrives to you that you've been waiting to hear. Sometimes it can mean a romantic message coming. It can also mean, not only speed and positive messages, it can also mean unexpected surprises as well. And so, not letting go, but unexpected surprises. But then we have this Six of Pentacles or coins, and this is the card of generosity. It's the card of give and take, finding balance with give and take. You see this man with the scales, which is very Libra. He's being fair with how he distributes money, but this also means balance with what you receive and what you give. Okay. And so what we have here, heading into heading into January is not maybe not taking risks. Sometimes the Fool, when it's reversed, means not being so careless. Maybe you're being a little bit more considerate. Maybe you're being a little bit more cautious, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, where you don't necessarily abandon something and walk away. But what I'm trying to understand, especially if this is a financial issue, that it seems as if your emotions here, I get a strong feeling that this Ace of Cups in reverse is connected to this Fool in reverse, that your emotions, what you want to do is maybe move on. Your emotions are maybe being held in check to prevent you from doing something very impulsive. Maybe you're being more cautious about a relationship instead of throwing yourself headlong into something that might end up being a bad decision. This can also apply to a financial situation because what I see here is careful planning and getting support, trying to reverse this poverty card. And it seems as if there could be some news or messages or something happening very quickly that actually might lead to a gift of money or some type of financial resource coming to you. And once again, I see this Five of Pentacles reverse and Six of Pentacles upright very much connected, that trying to get help or seek help with finances later on in the month, it seems as if you are looking for financial help, that money or resource or help will come to you. Heading into the last three cards towards the end of January, we have, interestingly enough, this Ten of Wands, which means trying to relieve yourself of stress, carrying a burden. And I've explained before the significance of these numbers here. And when you do have a 10 of swords or 10 of anything, 10 of wands, 10 represents being close to it actually represents completion and starting a new cycle. But the interesting thing is that we have this Ace of Wands, and this is the beginning of the new cycle. Ace means beginning, especially if it's upright. But it seems as if maybe you're not going to start over with the wand. You have this 10 of wands, and you're feeling stressed out, and there's a situation that you wish you could resolve. You see the man is pretty much almost home, and he can put down those wands. But it seems as if you want this to be over, whatever this situation is that is dragging you down emotionally, or this new burden that you've been carrying throughout, especially with the finances. The Ace of Wands in reverse means that you're not going to go from 10 to 1 quite as quickly. That you might there's something interfering with you starting over. And Ace of Wands, ace, not only do aces mean new beginnings, they represent new opportunities. This is a wand of fire. Fire it's a very intense, it can mean inspiration, creativity. Um, it represents a strong strong intentions, your will. And so, whatever is going on here, whatever your intent or will is, it seems as if you're not going to be able to start right away. You might be stuck in this energy of 10 of Wands. And keep in mind, this Fool also has a wand, and that is in reverse as well. So the Fool represents intent, new opportunities, moving on to a new chapter. And it seems as if there's some type of beginning that is being held up. Now, this last card here, that is Six of Cups. This is the past memories. It can also represent attachments or emotions attached to family. The cups, of course, are representing water, and water is your element. And it could very well be that your emotions are still attached to the past, that some of these new beginnings that you're starting, that maybe you're starting your intent with making these plans, as indicated by the Three of Wands here. But Pisces, your emotions, you're not able to fall in love or start this new relationship. I'm beginning to see that now, that this could be a new beginning with a relationship that's waiting to start. You have aces reversed, and aces reversed means not being able to start a new chapter or a new cycle. And it seems as if a lot of what's going on with this Six of Cups here is preventing you from these new cycles with the Fool, the Ace of Cups, and Ace of Wands. And someone could be very generous with you, Pisces. Someone could be offering something to you. And, you know, this energy here, these wands are pressing you to start a new beginning. And maybe you're feeling rushed with this new chapter. I get a sense that there's someone who's being very generous with you, who's giving to you, and you have some type of material gift, not just money, but as far as relationships go, it seems as if there's someone who's willing to be giving to you, who's giving you their time, um, who wants to make sure that you're safe. And it seems as if maybe you're overlooking that. Um, you know, there's an energy that someone is bringing in your life here where they might want to give to you and support you. Um, and that is there. And that's why this Five of Pentacles is reversed, because I think there's someone in your life or a resource there, someone in a relationship reading, taking this from the angle of a relationship. It seems as if there is an energy from someone who wants to give, nurture you, protect you, and take care of you. But emotionally, it just seems as if you're detached from that. That's one way of looking at it here from my earlier interpretation. Um, and then you go back to the past, you have this longing. And maybe it is someone that you still emotionally have not gotten over, you know, as far as relationships go. Also, maybe it's not even you being attached from the past. Maybe there's someone from the past who is getting in the way of these new beginnings. Um, and even someone from a financial career perspective who might be getting in the way of a new career or financial goal. You know, they're preventing you from um, moving on in your career or getting your finances together. Okay. All right. So let's look at your outcome cards. Okay, Pisces, you have strength. You have the Hierophant in reverse. And then you have the Empress. in reverse. Okay, this is very important here. The Strength card means that there's still a holding on. Even though we're not moving forward, you are going to end up having the strength to deal with the situation because it'll seem like you're in limbo, that not being able to move forward. But I also get a sense that maybe that if this isn't concerning a relationship, that a relationship is going to be able to still keep going or stay connected. And it could also be an energy that someone else is bringing into the situation. I keep thinking of this support and help with this five of coins in reverse and this six of coins. But you also have two very important cards, two major arcana that are reversed, and this is important. The Hierophant represents tradition, it represents beliefs, it represents faith, and in a way, this Hierophant, it represents not only just strong beliefs, but it can also represent um, a very entrenched culture. You know, maybe your family is very influential, and let's say that you are conservative or liberal and you really hold on to those beliefs, or Christianity, your religious beliefs. Those are the types of things that are can be very strong and have a huge influence on us as well. But there seems to be a cutting off of tradition and maybe a cutting off of family issues. If you've been dealing with family issues, that certainly could apply here with this Six of Cups. There seems to be a detachment from established traditions. That's not always a bad thing, but it definitely means that there's a cutting off from your family or a belief or um, a loss of values. That can be also very important. Your values are being reversed here. And then you have the Empress in reverse. This is important. The Empress represents mothering. It can represent a mother. It can also represent nurturing, fertility. It can represent guidance. It can also represent material wealth, okay, and prosperity and having everything that you want. She's the queen of material wealth and prosperity, and also sensuality, sexuality as well. She is the mother of all living things here. She's the goddess. And so you see this scepter in her hand, which can function like a wand. I think that Pisces, maybe you're not going to be feeling very nurturing. You're not feeling an abundance of resources here. Your most nurturing, caring self, or this energy, it might not even have anything to do with your energy. It could definitely have something to do with a mother figure or your actual mother who is attached to the fact that this Hierophant card is also reversed. There could be some very deep-seated family issues that are going to be, the outcome is going to be very significant for you in the next few weeks. But you're going to, it seems as if nothing, the Strength card is telling me that it's not a permanent detachment, that there's still some hope or this energy of holding on and working things out. But it does, when you have the Empress and the Hierophant, your traditions, your beliefs, your nurturing that you receive from family and your values, because the Empress does represent um, an aspect of your family to where you do receive nurturing from your mother. And it seems as if there's going to be a lot of reversals of that energy. There's not much nurturing. There's a lack of faith. There's a lack of values, um, you know, that might be affecting your inner guidance in your spirituality. But I think that in spite of those reversals, the Strength card is saying that you'll still find some stability through it all. So, yeah, I'm getting a sense that there's going to be a little bit of emotional upheaval dealing with people from the past, a relationship from the past, but also this energy of not being able to quite move forward. These new beginnings might be stalled a little bit, especially if you were looking at your yearly reading and maybe you're thinking, oh, well, maybe things will get off to a good start, um, lots of love and things like that. And then looking deeper into the month, you'll find that some of these emotional issues, looking deeper into it, there might be some things that need to be worked out. There might be some negative situations here. And because we only have one major arcana, it doesn't mean that there are huge changes going on, but it definitely means an internal struggle that you're dealing with here, and an internal struggle or situation that someone else could be bringing to you. But I do believe that there's an energy of giving and support that might be an issue for you. Um, and I also believe that there's a person here who is affecting this energy of the Empress, which is the nurturing and the prosperity and the abundance, and also your spiritual and psychic energy as well, your beliefs and your traditions. But this could very well also represent a relationship with your family, to where um, certain relationships are cut. Um, you're maybe breaking away from your family um, because you don't want to believe what they believe, or they're trying to enforce their values on you, and you're resisting that. And it could have a lot to do with this mother figure as well, signified in the Empress. But the Strength card is indicating that you are going to find some insight and guidance and be able to work through that. So just know that that energy is going to be with you as well. So, Pisces, you only had one major arcana, but this outcome is showing that you may indeed end up making or going through some major changes by the end of January. But you're going to be okay. These reversals might actually start changing later on in February or March, or later on in the year. So that was your tarot reading, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, if you have specific questions, um, if you need more clarity, feel free to make an appointment with me. My information is in the description. And thank you all for your support. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for your comments as well. I hope you continue to have a wonderful new year, and I will see you in a few weeks for February's reading.